Yo, people, welcome back to another video. This is an Arsenal versus Chelsea preview. Of course, the big North London derby um, between us two, or should be actually Chelsea versus Arsenal, but who cares? And representing the Arsenal, the Gunners, it's true Gunner. Hi, bro.
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm all good, thanks. Really look forward to the game, obviously. And yeah, be prepared, Hanno, because we're about to cook Chelsea once again at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, really look forward to it, man.
Hopefully that does not happen. Because I have not beaten you in a while. I just need to get our record. Lately. Um, but of course, you guys are what, third, second, yeah,
Yeah, we're
second.
second.
As of course, you've been shaky at times, but what have you made of your season so far?
Yeah, I think obviously we're still unbeaten this season. Obviously, the big result coming last week. Well, the week before that, when international break, when we beat Manchester City for the first time since 2015 in the Premier League. It's the first time Arteta beat Pep Guardiola in the Premier League. So yeah, obviously we're all gassed after that, because we beat the treble winners Man City, and as I said, it's been looking all right this season. I mean, performance wise, it's been very very different in sort of like a bad way. I think we've seen a totally different performances to how we were last season. Start of last season, we were smashing teams, ripping them apart, playing some, really nice, attractive style football. It's not been like that. It's not been like this season though. The performance wise hasn't been the greatest. But the main thing is that we've been getting results. As I said, we've drew one game, and that was against Fulham, that 2-2 game. But then other than that, I think we've won every single, apart from Tottenham as well. Sorry, we've won every single one after that. So we also unbeaten. But no, man, as I said, performance wise, yeah, but
Haven't.
performance wise hasn't been hasn't been too convincing, bro. I'll be honest, And I know we've been struggling with injuries. Like Timber got injured on the first game of the season with an ACL. Obviously, Partey's been injured. Saka is being overplayed too much now, and he's been picking up injuries. We've had this whole situation with the goalkeeper. Raya and Ramsdale keep rotating. Who should be number one? Who should be number two? But no, man. Look, the point is, I think the start of the season, we're joint top of the league. Same points as Tottenham. I think they're above us, obviously, due to goal difference. I think it's been a pretty decent start. I want the performances to improve, though, in my opinion.
Yeah. Now, on that watch also, I think you can still go up a gear. But it has been interesting selections with Arteta, I have to say, because some it just finds a way to throw in a Nketiah, Havertz, or sometimes a Jorginho into the lineup somehow. Don't know how, but just finds a way to do it. And of course, we'll get later onto the lineup, but at times with that's under you guys, but look, you're second in the league. You're doing bits in terms of just getting results. But I think after this, you need to at some point you need to go up that gear. And maybe it
Mm.
is Saka. Um, but if we look at your attack without him, it's basically just three three people running around four. If you include Odegaard, because there's no real urgency in attack or direction without him. Is probably the better word. So I don't know. What have you made of that whole Saka situation and the attack without him?
Yeah, look, with Saka, we can all see this is not this season, last season as well. There's a common theme when it gets towards the end of the last 7 games. His form drops completely. Like you go back to last season, he was very very poor. But I don't blame him because he plays every single game for us, and we don't have a proper. We have players like Reece Nelson, yeah, but to come in a big game, like say if he wanted to rest Saka for this game, yeah, against Chelsea, can we really rely on someone like Reece Nelson to step up? in a big game like this. We've got Champions League as well. Can you really rely on Reece Nelson to step up if Saka can't, if Saka's injured or if he needs a rest or whatever? So that's been clear for many years. I think we need in January in particular, we have to go and get Saka a backup replacement. And the ideal person for that will be Pedro Neto from Wolves. I think if we get him in, then we have two quality right winners who we can rely on, who can equally rotate, which means then Saka won't get run down to the ground like he does every single season. He's one of our best players, if not the best, Saka, yeah. And we all want him to play every single game if he possibly can. But there's times this season as well, it comes down to our manager, Mikel Arteta, a few times, yeah, because the prime example was against Bournemouth. When the game was done and dusted, we was 2-0 up. And we had a Champions League game on the Tuesday, right? He kept playing Saka, and then eventually Saka came off injured. And then against Lons again, he started Saka, and he got injured again. Arteta loves to, like, I know he's class, yeah, he's quality, but you have to, manage him better as a manager. You have to player management it better, because otherwise it's going to keep going like this. And yeah, I do fear for Saka if he keeps having to play when there's no one to back him up, really. So that's why it's so important in January that we go and get someone like Pedro Neto, and we go and get someone like to actually back him up. And also in terms of our attacking situation, it's not been that great, to be honest. I think Eddie Nketiah is not good enough for us football club. I mean, that's clear. Crystal Palace offered us 35 mil for him in the summer, and we rejected it. It's unbelievable. Like, I think him going to Palace would be perfect for him. That's about his level, with all due respect. He's not good enough for us football club. Gabriel Jesus is good, but he's only ever scored 14 goals in his career. He's not a goal scorer. He's not that guy who we need. I mean, I've been crying out for this guy, Ivan Toney, to come into Arsenal, who last season scored 20 goals for Brentford, who, in my opinion, now Harry Kane's left, is the second best striker in the Premier League, behind, of course, Erling Haaland. And he's doing that for Brentford, by the way. Imagine Ivan Toney in a team like Arsenal, with the players around him like Martin Odegaard, with Saka, with Martinelli, all those players around him. Imagine how many more goals. Imagine how he's going to thrive off of that. So I think we definitely need a new striker, and that has to be done in January, not waiting until the summer. If we want to go and win this league title and compete in every other competition, we need a clinical striker. And I'm not saying Jesus is bad, because his link-up play is superb, off the ball is superb, tracking back superb. Just when it comes to goal scoring, I don't think he's clinical enough in front of goal, and he doesn't score enough goals for me. But yeah, for me, we need Ivan Toney and Pedro Neto in January, bro.
No, you've hit the nail on the head, really. 'Cause I think even without Saka or Martinelli, or even with Martinelli, when you play in Nketiah, it isn't the same. And we'll get. I think one big thing is Sevilla away in the league. After in midweek after this game, you will definitely need to have Saka there. So it will be a big problem for
Yeah.
Arteta. But for me, as a Chelsea fan, the scariest thing for me is not your attack, really, it's your defense. Because you've got William
Mm,
Saliba, he's been really good. Ben White, he's been superb so far this season. I don't think he's even stepped the foot wrong. Gabriel, uh, it's been good, but nothing really. It's been up to standard. Nothing really to praise about. But Zinchenko, we'll see what Arteta does there. He has been better this season, I think, at left back than last season. But of course, he is the weaker one. See, maybe him, Zinchenko against Sterling, set the boys up against each other. What will happen? But I think that's a perfect segue into Chelsea and our season. Now, where do we start with Chelsea? Of course, we beat Liverpool, and then it's almost been up and down. Some good results,
mm,
other awful results, like for us. beating us 1-0 at home. Um, and some and in the last three games, it's been really good. Of course, being Brighton at home 1-0 in the cup.
Yeah.
Fulham away win. What else? And of course Burnley, but against Burnley, it was sluggish at first half. That first half I was nervous. But
Mm.
luckily we got away with it. But it has been almost a complete change at Chelsea. Almost in pre-season we played 4-2-3-1, and now mid-season, like with the right personnel, now we're playing a back four slash back three with Cole at left back, entering the 10. Recent games he has been dropped to the 8 and Gallagher as the 10. What else? We saw so Sterling has been at some games he hasn't been good, but at times he's been quality. So far it's been a good and bad season so far. I think there's good to take, but also bad to take. But I don't know. Do you have any like questions around Chelsea and maybe what you're fearing? Um, if there is anything.
For me, right, when I look at your Chelsea this season, obviously you got a new manager with Pochettino, right? And I know it's early to say, but what's been your first like impressions of him as a manager? Do you think he's going to be the right guy for you? Is he? I mean, so far, what do you think about Pochettino as your manager?
For me, I think it's been good, but I think almost like many managers, he is a bit stubborn and likes to make the changes too late. Like putting
Yeah.
Enzo in the 8 and not in the 10 was a late change. Like we've been screaming out for it forever. Um, and then who else? So just having Modric just playing games after each other also been something he's been reluctant to do. So I, I think it's good. He's a good manager, man manager quality. Tactical side, I think it can get up there, but
Mm.
it takes a bit too long to make changes. It's not at times it's not proactive. At times it is. So he's a bit inconsistent, but for rating, probably 7 out of 10. Because I think there's been a few games he could have changed it, but yeah. Also, introducing Cole Palmer into a starting 11 took ages um, to do, but
Mm.
I think when we have a fully fit squad, that's when Poch will need to make some harsh decisions, especially on, like some of the players like Gallagher, who's been phenomenal, but when a Chukwuemeka comes back, um, when a Nkunku comes back, what's going to happen with him? Um, when when Chilwell, Rich James is getting back to fitness, comes back. Of course, with Malo Gusto, what's happened? What happened to Cucurella? Because um, he's almost revived his chess career by playing at right back. With Malo Gusto being suspended for 3 games or 2 games. So yeah, three. So it's that question of what do you do when those players come back? Also the centre back selection because he's playing three centre backs right now. Um, Barashile still needs to come back. Chalaba still needs to come back. So then we have five centre backs. Yeah. Yeah. Then we have five fit centre backs.
Yeah.
Is it still
Is-
going to go with Go at left back? What's the situation going to be? But yeah, we have improved so far this season. Just about, I think our main problem is that clinical finishing. I think at times
Yeah.
also struggle with that. So could be both teams having almost the same problem, but you guys have the better finishes than us. Um, because I
Mm.
think against Everton, that one away win, you you had so many chances, and you
Yeah.
just couldn't finish. And Fulham are at home too, so um, it will be interesting. But anything else?
Is it? I was going to ask as well, right? You saw how when Arteta came into Arsenal, he was in a similar, we was in similar situations to what you guys are in now. Yeah, remember the season where we were 15th and we lost about 10 games in a row. We lost to teams like Burnley at home. You know, obviously we missed out on European football for the first time in ages, like what you guys did last season. Obviously the whole thing was, you know, this whole process, trust the process. Is that the same with like Poch? Is a fan saying get behind him? It's a process, give it time, or is it going to be a case if you guys don't get European football this season again? Is it time to sack him and find a new manager?
I think it depends how it happens. Cause if let's
Yeah,
say we finish sixth, um, oh, you mean European football? But I think the main target for us as fans are Champions League. So let's say we
yeah,
finish sixth, um, and we go out by 1 point. I don't think we'll be that harsh on him. But if it's a gap like 5+ points,
yeah,
it it's going to be have to um, do a big decision, and we'll see. Of course, this run we've got a tough run. Our next 7-8 games till December. What what he does, because if he doesn't perform, if we don't pick up results, it will be very toxic in our fan base. And we have seen some fans calling for him to go early on, but I think they were just reactionary. Like when we
yeah.
had that bad patch of Forest loss, few others, just reactionary. Um, so I think he will be the right man in the end. It's just about giving him time because we've got to set starting 11 now, like I said, but what happens when those players come back? I know you can't think too much into the future, but it's always something to have your eye on. But I trust him. I think he's got the capabilities there to produce European football for us. We just need to up our game, and I think in January we might spend a bit more. Probably I don't know where, but probably just if there's like big injuries, um, we'll definitely assess our squad. And yeah, yeah, just assessing our squad and nothing in Jan. If we do need, we will make signings, but we should be fine. Really, to get European football, I would expect.
Mm.
Yeah, but if you don't, do you have anything else? Maybe.
Yeah, well, obviously, like with this, with Stamford Bridge, you know what it is as an Arsenal fan. I will always going into this game in the past always would be scared as an Arsenal fan. Many Arsenal fans were to come to Stamford Bridge because you would always batter us. But you look at the past 3 to 4 years, and we've been getting wins. You know, we've been actually going there and beating you guys. Last season was 1-0. When obviously Aubameyang came back and that whole thing happened, but we still got the 1-0 win. Season before that was I think 4-2 to us. Then it was 1-0 to Arsenal. Then we had a few draws in there. So
Mm.
yeah, I
So
mean,
in the last 4 games we have played at the Bridge, you have beaten us 3 times and a draw. So we have won this at home in the last 4 games against you. So
does that make
um,
you afraid for this game, knowing the record?
yeah, it definitely does. But if I know if we turn up on the day, we can beat anyone. But it
Mm,
definitely does make hinders my confidence because I know you are a strong side. You did that by showing how far you can go with City, but even beating City, mid last time you were out. So it doesn't definitely doesn't give me much confidence. Unlike you, it gives you the world of confidence going into the game. But, but
yeah,
it will be a tough one, and definitely in the past, we have given you a few batterings at the bridge.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, do you wanna go into the lineups?
yeah, man. Let's go.
Let's go. So let me just get it up. Um, so as you are the away team, let's start off with you. I'm just going to change the colors of them. Um, uh, and just show the formation you play. But
Yeah,
Raya, Raya Ramsdale.
yeah. It's a tough one, man. This one because Raya's recent games he's been very shaky. You know, he's been looking very nervous. So many fans are going with Ramsdale to go back in for this game. Um, and I actually would agree with them. I think it's time to throw Ramsdale back in now. I think he showed the game in the Carabao Cup, the game he's played when we beat Brentford 1-0. You know, he looks ready and he proved a point in that game. I know it's Carabao Cup, but you know, he gets a clean sheet and makes some quality saves. And as I said, Raya's been very, very shaky recently. And is that because he knows that he's now number one? So he knows he's got to step up, or if he doesn't step up, then he's going to be dropped, most likely. But I will throw Ramsdale back in for this game personally.
Yeah,
And
I
then
was thinking maybe you guys will play Ramsdale against City, um, just to get you up for the up and give you some momentum. Cause I know he
yeah.
likes to like
So
just yeah, but you know what I mean. So
yeah,
yeah, right back Ben White.
obviously yeah, Ben White. He's been fantastic right back, man. He's been last season one of the best in the league, and he's shown it again this season. You know, I love how he overlaps and gets forwards. He can actually cross the ball as well, and defensively he's pretty solid as well. I think it's the perfect position for him. I don't want to see him back in centre back. He's got to stay in right back for well since he's at Arsenal now. That is his position, and Arteta hopefully will keep him there. But yeah, he goes right back, 100%.
Yeah. Centre back pairing. Is there any interest in your
Uh,
in this
Saliba
place?
had a little foot injury, but I think he'll be back. So yeah, it'll be Saliba and Gabriel as the two centre back pairing.
Okay. So Saliba, Gabriel left back, Tomiyasu.
Ooh, I reckon he'll go with Zinchenko. You know, I reckon he'll go with the inverted Zinchenko playing left back. Although Tom Yasu can play there, and against Mohamed Salah last season, he done a fantastic job. And then, but then he played there against Crystal Palace, and he looked pretty poor, and he got sent off. But no, Zinchenko guy in there. I'm not a fan of him defensively, Zinchenko. Like, I don't think the guy can defend. He's more of a midfielder, but he's very good with the ball at his feet and going forward as well. So yeah, that would be the back four for me.
Yeah. Now the tasty midfield.
He
Rice,
yeah, Rice
Hart.
goes in 100%. No Havertz, he's being benched.
No, why? Come on, against his former club. Come on,
Against his
man.
former club, yeah. No, Thomas Partey goes in straight away alongside Declan Rice. And we're still yet to see this midfield play in a competitive game yet. We've still yet to see Partey and Rice play together in a competitive match. because when
Do,
Partey was
do
fit,
you
he's
think
playing at
it,
right back.
do you think it
So
might happen against us? Or it's just your lineup?
yeah, this would just be my lineup. I reckon he'll go Havertz against you lot. I really do. I reckon he'll go Havertz and
Oh,
Rice in the midfield, but he's got to go a Party for me. You've got to play Party and Declan Rice in this game. Yeah, then obviously in front of them will be Odegaard.
now the big decision. Saka, start him.
Oh,
Nelson. Oh, Sevilla away.
yeah, Sevilla away on Tuesday. This is the thing. I don't want to see Reece Nelson. Like, can you really rely on someone like Reece Nelson to play against Chelsea? He hasn't had many minutes. I guess Jesus could play on the right wing, but if you put Jesus and you're going to play Eddie Nketiah up front, I don't want to see Eddie Nketiah play for this game. So it's going to have to be Saka on the right wing for me. And then we're going to have to change something for Sevilla.
Yeah. Left wing Martinelli.
Yeah, Martinelli, 100%.
And then
And
up top,
then,
Nketiah, of course.
no. Yeah, Jesus, man. Of course, Gabriel Jesus. None of this your defense is in trouble stuff, mate. Jesus goes up front.
I think if we see that midfield of you, I don't think we will have the capabilities to break you guys down.
Yeah.
But if we see a Rice or Fabio Vieira in there,
Yeah.
I think we could do something. Um, Let me quickly do the Chelsea lineup. Now there are a lot of ifs and buts. I'm going to go with Robert Sanchez in goal. He has been shaky at times, but he has
Yeah.
done well for us. So yeah, right back. Um, Now this is the thing. Don't know if we really need to drop Cucurella because he's been so good for us. Um,
Is
but
Reece James still injured?
yeah, he trained this week, but I don't think he will be thrown in.
That's good then.
Um, so I'm going to go with Gusto. Um, just because I think Martinelli could give could give us some problems, but Martinelli in behind it will be a problem because Gusto does not have much space, and then Lever Cole gotta have him there. Some games he definitely looks better. Other times it doesn't look that. It looks bad.
He's not a left back though, is
Uh,
he, Cole? He's more a centre back.
yeah, he is a centre back, out and out centre back, but we have been playing there. Poch likes him as that left back. I think the thing is with Cole at left back, it gives us that height in defense, and it gives us a
Mm,
bit more speed. But he was Salah cooked him. But that was a
yeah.
completely new role for him at left back. So he's got a few games. So yeah, the Sassy, the Sassy, and Thiago Silva, the centre back pairing, midfield. Caicedo and Enzo both played in the midweek. Just need to see um, when they when both teams played. Uh, I know Argentina played this week. I just want to see. Um, yeah. What's it? I say though. Oh, yeah. Just want to see when he played, cause I believe he played. When was his last game? So Friday he played. No, he played yesterday against Colombia.
Mm.
Um, so did he play? Yeah, he played a full 90. So him and Enzo both played the full 90. So it's a tricky one, but just for us to have a chance has to be
Yeah.
Enzo and Caicedo. In the 10, Gallagher, he's been really good for us, and I definitely want to see him as the 10 in the 10 role. Nicholas Jackson, he has to play. Think again, it will be a thing of Broja is not fit yet, because when he came on for that in the game against Fulham, he played really well, but
Yeah.
he had to come off, and he's not match fit enough to play 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Um, Now on the right for us, I'm going to go with Sterling.
Ooh.
It has been impressive. I know. Oh wait, no, that's the thing. I've got Cole Palmer.
Yeah, he's been alright for you, isn't he, Cole Palmer?
No, what? I'll drop Mudrick. Bring Mudrick off the bench. Cole Palmer on the right
Yeah.
and Sterling on the left. So that's what I would go for. Um, I think if we can bring on Mudrick on later on, um, 60th minute when the legs are tired, bring him on.
Yeah.
I just want to see if I can do that. No, let me come back to this. So yeah, I think that's pretty much our best lineup. I would say. Um, Sterling on the left, he can give Ben White some trouble.
Yeah, he could.
But so
That
I think
that's why maybe on the right as well. If he was to play on the right against Zinchenko, I'll be worried, man, because as I told you, Zinchenko can't defend and he's always out of his position. So, but you got Cole Palmer there, who I actually rate. I think he's very decent. I remember he scored against us already this season in Community Shield. He scored a banning goal. So, yeah, that was a decent signing, and I think he'll be playing. I think he'll do well for you guys, you know. So, but no, man, Mudryk as well. He's been on a bit of good form lately, isn't it? He scored against you. He scored in the international break for Ukraine. He scored his first goal against who was it? Fulham.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Fulham.
fun.
So who knows, man? Maybe Mudryk is coming alive now.
Yeah, and of course it is an interesting battle. Havertz and Jorginho for Arsenal against both their former clubs, and
Mm,
Caicedo and Mudryk both almost joined Arsenal.
yeah,
Um, so it definitely will be um, interesting to see what happens really. But um, let's go predictions. As your other guest can go.
yeah. Do you know what? I ain't gonna sit there and say, "Oh, it's gonna be a battering. We're gonna batter you," because I don't think it's gonna be that type of game. It's a London derby. It's gonna be one of those, tough games. Um, Lots of fouls, I reckon, as it always is. It's a big rivalry, and Stamford Bridge, as I said, man, our record's been really good there recently. So I'm very confident we will get the win. And you know what? We do so well away from home now. We always keep clean sheets away from home. I don't know what it is. It's just a home form that's turned into absolute, it's been shocking our home form in terms of conceding goals as well. Away, we always seem to keep clean sheets. So I'm going to go with a clean sheet for Arsenal. Chelsea nil, Arsenal 2. 2-0 away win for the Gunners.
Ooh, 2-0. Um, Now, if you watch the channel on a regular basis, I don't like to back us with a win because usually when I do that, we lose. Um, so I'm going to go. I think both teams could cancel each other out, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw
Ooh.
at the bridge. Um, but I think that the two big battles to look out for is that midfield battle and
Mm,
uh, and both sets of wingers against the fullbacks.
yeah,
Um, Especially if Saka plays. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, but I think that's that. May the best team win, Josh.
yeah, man.
And yeah, you can shout out your socials quickly.
Yeah, guys. Firstly, I want to say big up Hanno. Thanks for having me on the preview, man. Make sure you go and give him a sub, guys. And yeah, you can find me literally there, True Gooner. Do daily football content. Mostly Arsenal, obviously. I'll be Arsenal previews. I get many fans on as well to have their says. Watch alongs, match reactions, calling shows, everything to do with football, pretty much, guys. Every single day, we're on the road to 6K subscribers. So yeah, literally True Gooner on YouTube. You can find all my socials in my bio as well. In Instagram's True Gooner, TikTok's True Gooner, all of that is pretty much the same, guys. Twitter as well. So, yeah, thanks for having me on, Hanno. And yeah, as you said, may the best team win, man.
Yeah, and yeah, do go give him a sub, and I will have all of his other socials in the description. You guys can check that out. As for my socials, on Instagram, underscore coach underscore corner, um, Twitter, Twitter 1007083 0030. But just search up Coach Corner, you'll find it. And then TikTok Coach Corner 1. Big weekend ahead for cricket, rugby, and of course, the beautiful game that is football. So yeah, but we'll wrap. And it's here. Prep yourselves. And yeah, can make Chelsea bless my weekend. Cheers, people.